What is poppin' today, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing with Flem, man. And in today's video, man, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna slow down a little bit and we're not gonna fish. As you guys know, based on the thumbnail and the title, I am going to be talking about my top 5 baits for wintertime fishing. And the baits that I'm going to name today are baits that I've caught fish on all winter. Haven't caught nothing crazy or too many, but these are the few baits that I've used and actually had success. Now I am at the end of the video going to show you some other baits that I've done research on and people use around this time of year, but I've tried them and I haven't caught them myself. So I will have my top 5 and then maybe 2 or 3 other baits that people use, and I guess it all depends on, you know, the area in the country that you are. But before we do that, I gotta put on my Philadelphia Eagles hat. If you guys don't know, I am a Philly fan, born into it. My dad's side of the family, man, been Eagles fan since day one. You know, the Brian Dawkins, Donovan McNabb, the James Thrash, all those guys back in the day. Cunningham, just a lot of guys. So yeah, wear my Eagles hat in honor of the Super Bowl coming up next week. But anyways, let's get into today's video. These baits aren't in any specific order, just my top 5 baits that I use to catch fish around this time of the year. But before that, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and you guys already know the vibes. I almost said 1K. Help me get there, baby. I appreciate all the love and support. But let's get into the video. Enough talking. So, number 1 bait for me is a jerk bait. This right here is the Mega Bass Vision 110 Junior. This is the smaller size jerk bait that they make. It dives 4 to 6 feet. And it's a suspending jerk bait, man. And this is, I don't know the exact color of this, but it's black, really. But my favorite color that I've had luck on, I actually lost it in my last video that I haven't posted yet. Stay tuned for that. But it was a gold one. It was called the Clown, Western Clown, and it was gold and it had a little red head on it. So it was perfect. Gold is like my favorite color for some reason. I've had a lot of luck on gold lures and stuff like that. So yeah, but go get a Mega Bass jerk bait or any jerk bait at that, man. I love these jerk baits. They work perfectly fine. But number 1, jerk bait. Number 2, this is something that I just gotten into this year, actually. I just got put on this right here. It's a blade bait, man. Something I've never used before. I made a video with Ashton and this is what we use to catch fish. And every time I go out, I throw the blade bait. I probably start out with the blade bait first on the bottom, having that bottom contact and just yo-yoing it off the bottom. You can control the depth. You can bring it all the way through the water column, or you can just hop on the bottom with small rod twitches. But this is a Demiki Vault. This is the bluegill color. I use the chrome with the black back. That's the one I use. I haven't used the bluegill one yet, but I bought one because all the bodies are water. Majority of the bodies are water, like ponds. Main forage is bluegill, but I haven't even done any pond fishing, maybe like once or twice all winter. I just been going to lakes trying to be better at that, so I've been throwing that chrome and black back. But get you a blade bait, the Mickey Vault. Promise you'll catch fish using this thing. Next, we're gonna switch it up and we're gonna go to some soft plastics. Now this right here is a 1/8 ounce little jig head, and this is a Kitech swim bait. This is a 2.8 size. I'm pretty sure you can get away with a 3.3, but I went really, really small. Simply because the bait fish that I've seen these bass eat throughout the winter and stuff are small, probably a little bit big. This size or a little bit bigger. I went with a 2.8. Pretty sure you can get away with 3.3, but yeah, just a little paddle tail swim bait on a small jig head, light jig head, man. Throw this on some spinning gear and just slow roll that thing. You can keep it on the bottom contact or in the middle of the water column. I've had a few bites on it. And the thing about using this is you won't only catch bass, you can catch other species of fish because it's so small. So I like that too. You can catch crappie and everything like that. So number 3, get you a Kitech swim bait, small. And one thing that I'm going to say about these baits, the biggest thing that I've seen so far is downsizing. As you guys can see, everything's mini, everything's small. We're matching the hatch. Those bait fish that they eat on around this time of the year, they're just small, you know, 2-3 inch little bait fish, and that's what they're eating. So you gotta match the hatch. Next, we have the Ned rig. This is the Exo Ned. Actually, I'll show you guys right here. This is by Biospun. This is the Exo Ned. This is the leech color. Man, I really do like these little Exo Neds. They last a long time. I mean, you can get a lot of bites on these things. And as you guys can see, they're really, really stretchy. And I just got that on a little light jig head. Like I said, pull out the spinning gear, throw that in. Ned rig catches fish all year round, like literally. Summer, winter, fall, night, all year round. Just let that thing bounce on the bottom like that. Got those appendages, they'll move around a little bit, give off a little action in the water. But get yourselves a Ned rig / drop shot. You can do drop shot too, but when it's cold outside, I don't like dealing with the drop shot because it gets all tangled up and break off and all that stuff. I prefer Ned rig over drop shot. Certain situations, it all depends on the situation. Next, this is something that I've been getting into lately as well on the wintertime, and I'm definitely going to throw this specific bait in the summertime and spring, all the rest of the year. Really, honestly, I've never really fished them before, but catching fish on them in the wintertime, I've actually had the most luck on the blade bait and this, and they're pretty much the same thing, except one has different rattles in it as the blade bait does it. It's just vibrating, and that's what those fish are using, that lateral line to find that blade bait. But this, they can actually hear it in the water and they can feel it. This right here is a lipless crankbait, but it's not only a lipless crankbait, it's a small, tiny, micro, pretty much lipless crankbait. This is the TN60. This is the shad color. So this is the color that I use when I fish the lakes. I have some natural colors, and I have like a chartreuse with a black back. The chartreuse and black back I've caught more fish on because the water has been muddy throughout the winter time, so that chartreuse, they can kind of home in it better. So I've been using that, and I've caught the most fish out of all the 5 baits I've shown you. I've caught the most fish on that, or this, just a different color, and the blade bait. So they go hand in hand. I'll throw this. It depends on what I got tied on. Lately, I've been throwing this first, and if I'm not getting a bite, I'll switch up to the blade bait, and I may get a bite. Or it really just depends on what mood these fish in. It's just a lot of, wintertime is a lot of trial and error. You're trying to figure out what these fish want, how they want it, the depth they are, and are they chasing, they want something more subtle, or are they willing to actually chase a lipless crankbait and things like that. But number 5 bait is a lipless crankbait, man, a small one at that, and it has become, it's rising on my top of the list. My top of the list is rising. It's probably at a good, sitting at the 3 or 4 spot for favorite bait of all time. And if you guys want to see my favorite baits of all time, let me know in the comments below, or let's get 25 likes on this video, and I will make a my top 5 favorite baits, not based on the time of the year it is, but just my favorite baits to fish and things like that. So yeah, that's my top 5. We have a jerk bait, number 1 all time, outside of a chatterbait. That's hot. You have a paddletail swim bait, Ned rig, or drop shot, whatever you prefer. Got your blade bait, probably number 1 for this time of the year for me. And the lipless crankbait, but downsize. Don't be scared to downsize your baits. So now we're going to get into some other baits that I've seen people use that actually work, and other techniques. But I just haven't been fortunate enough to catch fish using them. So the first one is just a spinnerbait. And as you guys can see, this is a smaller, lighter spinnerbait, and it's honestly sexy. Like if I was a fish, I definitely probably would eat this, but it's smaller. And I'll show you the size comparison beside a regular spinnerbait. It's a little bit smaller. You guys can see it's a little bit smaller than a regular size spinnerbait. I've seen people use this and catch fish, and catch quality fish at that. Like I said, I've thrown it, used it, no luck on it. The next bait we have here, it's a little jig. This right here is a finesse jig for the winter time. And what I did was I put a Ned rig on the back of it. And honestly, it looks great. In my opinion, if I was a fish, like I said, like that spinnerbait, I would definitely eat this. Like it just looks juicy, it looks sexy, but I haven't caught anything. I haven't caught a fish on the jig ever. Maybe I'm throwing it in the wrong spots. I'm not sure. Wrong color. It can be anything, or I just suck at jig fishing or don't have the patience for it. But yeah, so spinnerbait and a jig, man, those are my two bonus lures that I would tell you guys to try in the wintertime. They 100% catch fish. I just haven't been fortunate enough to catch fish using these two baits, but they do catch fish. And yeah, that's my top 5. Like I was saying earlier, 25 likes on this video, and I will make another video about my all-time favorite baits in general, soft plastics and things like that, and just fishing techniques in general. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section, and or 25 likes on this video, man. We're trying to push these videos out, keep this content coming. But I want to thank you guys, and yeah, I'm about to go hit a golf course pond. I'm supposed to be in retirement, but I'm going to hit a golf course pond today. So yeah, that's what I'm about to rig up and do as we speak now. So you guys already know, stay safe, stay beautiful, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.